Good Sunday evening, everybody. Hey, guys, do I sound different on this microphone, this new microphone I'm using tonight? Does it sound like way professional?
I don't know.
I don't
Sound
know.
good. All right. Sound
You
a hell of
sound
a
the
lot
same.
better. Sound a hell of a lot better than I do.
All right, let's get down to business first. Like and subscribe, guys. It's right there in front of you. Would appreciate it. And share it out. Leave some comments after the show. I think we had a couple of comments after the last show. Nothing really to respond to, so I just liked their comment. But anyhow, we are here. We have got a jam-packed show, so we're just going to get right to it and get through it. The women, as you guys know, if you watched, I believe it was Saturday yet. Was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday, yesterday.
Saturday. Both games were on Saturday.
Yeah, they were. Okay. Women won Rutgers 73-36, and the game wasn't even that close. Rutgers scored 18 points in the fourth quarter, and that had 18 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they scored 18 against the backups.
Yeah, they did. Oh my God, I've never seen a team so bad in my life, guys.
Or so good.
Or so good. I think that was one of the best I've seen Iowa women's basketball play.
But
I am a little disappointed that we started the fourth quarter with our starters, but Jan's done that before.
That's what she does, but then she likes to pull the starters and, give them their little let everybody cheer them as they walk off the court.
Yeah. Okay, so I just guys, here. I got something special for you guys today. Watch this. My girl.
Is that Vince Brookins?
Yeah, right.
No, that's Callie.
Callie Levine.
Wasn't Vince number 32? I think
he was.
Yeah.
Yep. She hit 1 3-pointer, and that shot that I believe is being taken there was the 2-pointer.
She sure played good.
That looks like the corner shot by the bench. That was her 3-pointer.
That was the 2-pointer.
No, that was 3-pointer, I thought. The one from the corner?
Yeah, everybody thought it was a 3, including her, but they waved it off and made it a 2.
Oh, pass from Hannah? See, I didn't know that.
That. And the crazy thing about it, the one out front, though, on top of the key was a 3. But the announcers never got the radio broadcasters never got the word. So when they were doing the interview, they kept saying, she had 2 threes for 6 points. No, she had a 2-pointer and a 3-pointer for 5 points. But I thought she played one of her very best games of the season.
She played good. Played good defense, ran the court good, hustled. So
yeah, I agree. See what this one is. I put up some pictures. Oh my gosh, I got her over there again. Gosh darn it, guys. I keep doing that. Alrighty. I can't figure out how to get it off of there, though.
Dean, you're so bad that if you started a Caitlin Clark website, you'd have Callie Levine as the profile picture.
Somebody I know on TikTok has a Caitlin Clark fan club website page, but has Taylor McCabe as his profile picture. I am trying to get this off the screen. I can't get it off.
Sure. I don't believe you. But
I know it just won't disappear. But here's one thing we're going to do here. Back to the injury list. Chit chat goes to the injury list. Back to the injury. It looks like she got a concussion again. I didn't see her take anything that would have got that concussion. I know she took a good swipe in the nose that didn't get called. And so
yeah, they said she got hit in the face. Jan afterwards just said they took her out precautionary. I don't know if that meant she has a concussion again or not.
Well, they said on the announcer said precautionary concussion protocol, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Everybody, hey, I promise we are going to get to football talk. I just had to bring these up. And lost for probably the season, but they say extended period of time, at least a minimum of 3 months, which would put her probably back late in March if she does come back in that timeline. So that's why I say she's probably done for the season and her career is over at Iowa. Jada Jemfe. I just want to get her picture up there just to let everybody know. She is kind of like, I call her kind of like the bench glue. You know, she keeps these guys going and keeps them happy and keeps them, her spark plug. And Callie's starting to take over that role herself. Okay. Anyway, you guys have anything you want to say about the game?
That was total domination, and it was good to see him actually be able to get out and run, which was because of Rutgers. They try to run every game, but Rutgers just would not get back. They would not. It was just strange. Journey Houston beat them down twice. Hannah beat them down once, and then the center, what's her name? For whatever reason, I'm having a brain fart.
Which one, Hayes or Ava?
Ava. Yeah. Ava beat them down there twice on fast break points and great passes. Great passes by Strimlow. She is a Caitlin Clark kind of passer. She was throwing touchdowns, baby. That's what she was throwing.
And Addie Deal continues to become the real deal because every game she seems to get more confident and more better. And she's still making some careless mistakes, like she's not playing against the talent level that she's in. But, hey,
or it's just because she's a true freshman.
Yeah, she'll get there. She'll get there.
She's just getting more experience.
Yeah,
it's gonna help.
Oh no, I love it when she takes the floor. I forgot. Who did you guys say on the football team she's dating?
No.
I was just trying to think of that.
No, I can't.
You said it was Jimmy Sullivan. I told you he's not leaving, regardless if he's dating.
Oh, that's right.
It doesn't have anything to do with him with leaving or anything, but people say that Jimmy Sullivan and Addie Deal are an item. I don't know. So
no, that's what you guys were saying a week ago. You were like, he's
I
not
know
leaving
that.
because he's dating Addie Deal.
I never thought Jimmy Sullivan was leaving, but anyway.
All right. Well, the women, I believe, are 9-0 now, 1-0 in the Big Ten. Okay, so let's move on to the men's game. Okay. And let's start with this picture of the men. Manuel. Dang it, I love it when he's on the floor. He can produce. He got into foul trouble, though, I think, yesterday. And so, but the one thing I did notice is the way they were able to draw fouls from us. And I think it was this game where the fouls being called were very imbalanced. I probably should look that up on my phone, but
they weren't unbalanced because of the refs, though. It's style of play. Every single game Maryland plays is like that. You're not going to see, like I said last week, Iowa get a bunch of free throws because of their style of play. Maryland, literally, they shot 30 free throws or made 30 free throws. They lead the Big Ten in free throws made per game. 29% of their points comes from the free throw line. It's the style of play. They just go right at you and make the ref make a decision. They're not sitting back shooting threes. They don't shoot jump shots. Hell, they don't even have a lot of cutting, right? They don't even, they just legit jump into people and make the refs make a decision.
Right.
It's going to either be a blocking foul or a charge. That's their style of play. Every single game, if you watch Maryland, they're going to win the free throw line.
Yeah. Apparently they are. We won by 19, yet Maryland shot 38 free throws to our 12. And we were
It's
the home team. Hey, I thought we're the refs. Aren't you supposed to
I just told you it's
give
not
a little
about the
home
refs.
cooking once in a while?
I just told you it's not about the refs. It's style of play. Iowa's
Okay.
not going to get fouled a lot. The way they're style, the way they come all the way out and everybody's cutting, picking, cutting. It's just different style of play. I'm not even sure what Maryland was trying to do other than get fouled. Their whole offense is based around getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, I agree. Alrighty, hang on.
But it's every
Keep getting
single
the wrong
game
ones
though.
off. What's that?
But it's every Maryland game because it's their style of play to do that.
Okay.
It's not just the Iowa game. It's literally every game they played.
That is correct.
So anyhow, I did say on our group chat yesterday that I thought this was set up for Iowa to lose both games, and apparently neither one of them were in danger of losing the game, and it kind of blew up in my face. So that's the last time I say anything about that.
Well, no, but everything you say though is negative. Like, why wouldn't you say this is set up for both of them to win?
Yeah.
Like, you always go to the negative side. It's really interesting. When you go to heaven, they're going to research your brain to find out why you're going to donate your brain to science and find out why you're just constantly negative. Like every time I was going to get beat, every single time.
I could tell you it stems from my childhood and my high school years, but this is not the place to talk about it.
Well, beat it.
Beat it.
Beat it.
Just beat it. Just beat it. Okay, let's get that
beat
Michael Jackson song going. I wish I had a little thing where I could just bring it up. Beat it.
Beat it.
Yeah. Anyway, we're 1-1 in Big Ten, 8-1 overall. So, okay. So now I would like to move on to this. The playoffs. No, that's not the playoffs. Dang it. Too soon for that one. I'm going to bring it down. Alrighty. So the playoffs is next. I'll talk about real quick, guys. Any surprises there? I mean, honestly, watching the group chat today, Jason was convinced Notre Dame would be in, so I'm sure Notre Dame not being in is a surprise for you.
Yeah, the first time the Catholics lost in a very long time. Yeah, I'm just shocked, but also happy. Notre Dame always wins in a boardroom. Always.
Yeah.
They're always ranked higher than what they should be. They just have so much love from, the Catholics. I understand it, but I'm just grateful because I didn't feel like they should get in over Miami because of head-to-head.
Yeah,
I assume that they would because they are Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Because they always win. They they always get the benefit of the doubt. Always.
Yeah, and I didn't jump in on your guys' chat because you literally were going back and forth at each other, so I just stayed out of it. But I also felt if somebody had to be knocked out, it was Notre Dame because I thought their schedule didn't warrant a playoff spot. So
Well, I mean, and their loss to Miami. That was it for me. I just didn't think it was going to matter.
Yeah. So to nobody's surprise, Indiana is the number 1 team, Ohio State the number 2 team. I can't remember. Was Georgia 3 or 4 and Texas
3
Tech 3 or 4?
3.
Okay.
Georgia's 3. I don't remember who 4 is.
We got Big Ten. 4 was Texas Tech.
Yeah, Texas
5 is Oregon.
That's right, because Oregon plays JMU, by which they're going to win by 100. So
okay, and so James Madison University plays Oregon in the first round. Alabama plays Oklahoma in the first round. Tulane plays Ole Miss in the first round, and Miami plays Texas A&M in the first round. I've filled out my bracket, but we're going to go over that at the end of the show. Have you guys filled out your ESPN brackets yet?
No, I won't. I won't fill one out, but if you want my pick, when you want my picks, I'll give a guess. So.
Yeah, I didn't like create a profile or nothing. I mean, I'm not really sure what you're saying, but
They have playoff brackets just like they do NCAA brackets.
oh, see, I don't do the NC. I
I know.
do
I know
the
the Hawkaholics wanted me to fill one out or something. But
Oh, I thought they were only wanting villain people. See, I got that
I
message
don't know.
too.
I don't know. Brandon talked to me today. I think that's what he said. But
Oh, see,
anyway,
Brandon said he
definitely.
wanted all villains, so I
Okay.
assumed that that was for villains.
Okay. Don't matter. But I wouldn't fill one out anyway. But mm.
Yes, you guys are part of the Villains
There.
Network because you're on this show, which is part of the Villains Network.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, just so you know, Dean, we have no idea what you said up till like 5 seconds ago. You were
Yeah.
muted. You were muted or something.
Yeah, I was muted because my microphone and headset died all of a sudden in the middle of that. So I was switching gears and I forgot to remute myself back.
Oh, I got it.
But anyway, you guys were conversing about.
I gotta get me a fancy headset and microphone so nobody can hear me. You
There you
know?
go. Well, the reason why I do this is so my wife doesn't have to hear you guys.
Same. Dean, I'm in the same world.
Yeah. Okay. So what all that you missed while I was muted was you guys were talking about, you thought the picks were only for the villains people. I kept trying to tell you guys, I sent you the guys because you're part of the Villain Network, because you're part of this show, which is part of the Villain Network.
Okay.
So, okay. So I
didn't
sent one
know
to
that.
Paul. Paul filled his out. So you just go to ESPN. By the way, that bracket that you sent, Jason, I didn't understand it because it had teams that aren't in the playoffs on that bracket.
That was
Yes.
a bowl. That's a bowl pick 'em probably.
No, it was a play. I thought you would understand it because it was just a whole new if they had the top 25, right?
Oh,
Because everybody's whining about Notre Dame, and so it was sent to me. I assumed you guys would figure it out because obviously
I should have just looked at it closer.
it had the top 12, right? But then
Mhm.
they added the rest of the top 25 like it was a FCS bracket.
Oh, I
If
didn't
you
look
know
for
how they
Iowa.
do it.
Who did Iowa get in the first round?
I don't remember. I just sent you guys to see what you guys thought of it because
Mhm.
there's a lot of people now because Notre Dame's left out and a couple other teams say this.
I don't
needs
think we'll
be
ever go to
16
25, but
teams.
16 is probably doable.
Oh yeah, I think 16 is going to come up now.
Okay. Oh shoot! I accidentally buried all that stuff when I sent out stuff for the podcast. It doesn't matter, guys. Alrighty. So I wanna guys, we're not gonna hit a lot on the playoffs because I wanna hit that hard. I got it slated for the 21st of December, but I don't even know if that's a good time to do it because some people might be doing early Christmases with their families. So I'm going to discuss it with the boys and we'll figure out when to do it. But
Where's
we want to
Paul
do
at?
we want to do a dive. He's working.
Oh.
Okay. Oh yeah, people. Paul is working. In case you're wondering, Paul has a new job that has funky hours, and he said because of the holiday, he is really swamped, and he doesn't even know sometimes when his hours are going to be. I have been talking to him today. Alrighty. I forgot what I was saying.
You probably want us to do a topic.
Yeah, but I mean, I was gonna finish what I was gonna say. Oh, we're gonna do a deep dive on Vanderbilt, but I want to make sure that we pick a date that works for everybody. I want to give it plenty of time, so I'm not gonna do it like the 28th, which would be just 3 days before the ball game. I wanna go a little further out with that, but we'll do a deep dive. There's going to be a lot of people doing some stuff on that game, and maybe we'll pull some stuff in and do some of the stuff from those guys. So anyway, going from the playoffs to the Vanderbilt. Like I said, we're not going to do a lot on that tonight. I know I'm repeating myself. But here we got Pavia and our quarterback, Gronowski. on the cover of the Reliquist book.
Hey,
How do
who
you guys
did
say that?
that?
Reliquist or Reliquist or
ReliaQuest.
Relia?
ReliaQuest.
Okay, I can see it now that I look at it. Relia.
It's some type of computer hardware company that protects your systems or something, I'm told.
Well, I probably needed that because, guys, on Friday my computer crashed with fake malware and fake virus, and it tried to make me call a number to get scammed. And thank goodness, through a lot of advice and a lot of help, I was able to work my way through that and get rid of that stuff off my computer. So
Yeah, you need to watch the Beekeeper. Watch the movie Beekeeper. That will teach you about how terrible of people can be on the internet. Literally stealing your stuff and making you feel like you're going to go to jail if you don't pay this. Good thing I don't listen to anybody. That's a great thing about not listening to anybody. I would just laugh at somebody if they said that to me.
cool.
But yeah, I'm glad you got taken care of, Dean.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I knew I would take care of it. I just had to figure out how to go about it when they had control of my computer, and every time I moved my mouse somewhere, they'd move it elsewhere.
Yikes.
Alrighty. And then overall, I don't have the bowl games in front of me, so we're not going to hit that too hard yet today either. Just the fact that we already talked about Notre Dame opting out, Iowa State opted out, Kansas State opted out, and using that you don't have enough players as an excuse for those two schools bothers me, because those schools would have been in December bowl games, and they can't jump in the portal till January 5th anyhow. So my problem with that is play the game. One of the assistant coaches can take over. I mean, I don't think all the assistant coaches left already. Those two schools, have they? I would think until
even if they were going to, they could stick around and coach the damn bowl game. It's it's retarded. It's stupid. It's like you have backups for a reason, right? The Iowa State does have injury issues with their starters. There's no lie there. But they have freshmen and sophomore that want to play. Like, this doesn't make any sense to me. Let them play out that game.
I tell you, sorry to interrupt you, Jason, but
that's fine.
Kirk had his bowl news conference, whatever, today, and Kirk asked him how many of your players are opting out. He said, well, we finished all our player interviews this week, and he said, looks like we're going to have no opt-outs and nobody missing the game because of transferring. So we're going to have a full roster.
Yeah, and that's the same with Vanderbilt. Like, that's going to be besides the playoffs, the Iowa-Vanderbilt game might be the top game because nobody's opting out on either side. Yeah. So that's going to be a big game.
Apparently, the coaches and the players do not have any respect for Iowa based on the quote coming out of Vanderbilt.
It's the SEC. I mean, it's what they do.
I just hope that we can use that. I would love for us to use that as bulletin board material and say, hey, look, guys, they don't respect you. Pavio thinks you can only score 7 points, or they can only score 7 points and they can still beat you. You know, how wrong is that comment when you considered, I think, in our losses, we averaged 16 points in our losses. So you're going to take a little more than 7 points to beat us. I told Vandy, if Vanderbilt scores 7 points, they're losing the game.
Pavia kind of pissed me off when I read what he said that. Vanderbilt will probably pay their players $500,000 each to try to win the game. That's how that'll be their
bonus money.
That'll be their.
Well, here's me though. I mean, who cares about that part? As long as Iowa doesn't have anybody opting out, they should want to win the game. So, like, regardless of that pay, they should just go in wanting to win their last game. So that means X isn't opting out because he's going to be a 4th-round draft pick or better. And, like, there's going to be some players that are going to keep playing. Cohen, I think he's leaving. I haven't heard from him for sure, but I believe he's going to go to the NFL. He'll be a 4th round draft pick or better. So I just think Iowa, as long as they go in, if they're going to play, they might as well go in to win. And I think they
Oh,
want
yeah.
to win. They want to win that ninth game.
Iowa always does go in to win.
Yeah, there's a quote from them guys saying that they plan to win the game.
just like a year ago, with Missouri. I mean, if only they would have had a better offense, they could have held off Missouri, but they still scored against Missouri. I mean, and that's with not having a quarterback. So
yeah, but we led that Missouri game, so
almost the whole game.
We just did not get that 4th and 1 at the end of the game.
And that's the same deal with the Kentucky game the year before. I think was that the game where we should have went for it on 4th and 1 and we punted, and then they just drove down the field methodically and won at the end of the game.
I believe you're right.
The Kentucky game that we lost, one Kentucky game that we lost was when Linderbaum was playing yet. And
yep, that's the game I'm talking. I think it was his senior year.
It was a bad snap, you know. And Kentucky had this big nose guard that he'd overpower Linderbaum kind of during the game, and that was a bad snap, and we didn't get that quarterback sneak. But
look at that. That Kentucky win was probably the highlight of Stoops' career at Kentucky, because he hasn't done anything since, and that's why he's looking for a new job. So that's one thing he'll always remember. I got my win over my alma mater.
You take a job at Arkansas or Kentucky, it's pretty hard to be real successful in the SEC. But anyway.
Yeah. All right, let's move on, guys. Now we want to just recap Iowa's season, talk a little bit about it. So I want you guys to pick out your favorite play, each of you, your favorite play from the season this year. I sent this out. I hope you guys have thought about it and each thought about what play stands out for you that you would just like to watch on replay a couple of different times.
It's hard to pick one, Dean. You know, I guess the one that I would think a lot of people was so snazzy was Vandersee's pass to Gronk, you know, at USC, you know. But there's so many plays I love, you know. But I guess I'll pick that one to keep things moving.
All righty. Hey, Jason, how about you?
I got a few. My favorite play call and design was the switch route we saw against Nebraska, where DJ took it to the house. He was wide open. It was where they crossed the switch route where Vanderzee they crossed, and then DJ did a double move and went up the sideline where Vanderzee like cut off his guy. I mean, it was a great play call, great design. But the other plays are too Vanderzee. I've been calling for him the whole year. Against Nebraska, that one-handed grab by Vanderzee, and the same thing, I think it was the week before, maybe it was the Michigan State game, where he caught the one-on-one pass to get us in field goal range. I just felt we should have been doing that stuff all year long, but it's like we didn't figure it out till the end.
Yeah. By the way, you were right on both counts. It was Michigan State, and it was the week before.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right, guys, this is what I did. I picked all of Weegen's returns for touchdown, but the one that I liked the most was the one that he caught over his shoulders and did a spin move and pretty much went about 95 yards on that one for a touchdown.
94 yards.
Yeah. Yep. And so, I mean, out of all of his returns, that's my favorite, but I ended up just putting it out there as my all of this because all of his returns were exciting this year.
He almost did it twice, if you remember, against Michigan State. He had that one where he grabbed it at like the 4-yard line. He caught it over the shoulder and then busted down. If he just cuts inside, he's to the house, but he tried to get the kicker. He tried to beat the kicker down the sidelines. They had the angle, but if he just cuts inside, he would have outran everybody.
I
And
forgot how many yards did he have on that? He got quite a few yards.
Oh, yeah, he got like 45, 50 yards on that
Yeah.
return. That was the same game, and then he came back and broke the record.
Yeah.
So he had like
I thought he
140 yards on punt returns that day. or
Didn't he
more.
break the record? He broke the record in Nebraska, right?
No.
He broke the
Michigan
record the week
State at
before
home.
Michigan State.
Nebraska, I don't even know if he had a punt return in the Nebraska game.
Okay.
I agree. I'm not sure.
And
if
we
he
don't
did.
want to mention the kickoff that hit the ground. So
So, so are you guys surprised at how many people actually kicked to him all year?
I mean, yeah. It's just, I mean, it depends on the coach because it feels cheap when you don't punt to him. I mean, there's been returners like Wet Jim before, but you always punt to him. You trust your team.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's kind of like in baseball where you just walk a home run hitter just because you don't want to pitch to him.
Mhm.
It's that kind of stuff drives me nuts. So I'm not surprised because some coaches want to challenge their punt team, right?
Yeah.
Michigan State's coach actually said that, and they actually have the worst punt coverage in the country. That's what Woods even said. Because the year before, I think Woods said the same thing about Michigan State. He praised for a punt return, and we didn't get one. So
Was it
the year
USC that kept putting away from him? Who kept putting away from him? Was it Michigan State? And then they punted to him, and then he.
no,
It was
Michigan State kept punting to him. That was dumb.
Yeah.
But
there
I
was
just
a
couldn't.
team. There was a team that kept kicking with their quarterback.
Yeah.
well,
Was
yeah,
that
Michigan State went to quick punch. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, that was
But-
Michigan State who did. Yeah.
But USC was the one, I think. No, it was either Oregon or USC that had the really good plan and kind of kept the ball away from him. And I can't remember which one that was, but
Yeah. Hey guys, Sean wants to know how we feel against Vanderbilt. If you guys would just want to each give your quick synopsis of what you think about it, about
I'm just gonna
our game
I
against
love the
Vanderbilt.
matchup. I love the matchup. I was calling for it. I was praying to the gods. Dean knows. Before
Yeah.
all this came out, I was praying for the God for Vanderbilt. That's who
Yeah.
I
So,
wanted.
Tell us what. Tell us. Can you tell us real quick why you like this matchup?
Because Iowa can run the football. I think our O-line is going to dominate the trenches.
Okay.
I think we can slow down because we play our zone defense. We can slow down the running of the quarterback.
Okay.
So, and that's, I mean, he's their leading. Pavia is their whole team. He's their leading rusher. He's their leading passer. Like Pavia does everything, but you got to play zone because you have to have your eyes on the quarterback. So I think it's a great matchup and it'd be fun just because of Vandy Chris. That's another huge reason.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
makes the
Vandy
game
Chris.
poetic.
Oh,
'Cause
that
he
would be
just talked-
poetic if we beat them, wouldn't it? But we
Oh,
won't.
he
We
just
won't
talks so
hear it
much
for the rest
smack.
of our lives if we don't win this game.
Well, I mean, it's fine if we don't, but I don't see how we don't. Like I said, with it being over, I wanted it over 3. I wanted it 3.5 or over. I'm going to bet a good chunk of change on that game.
So,
I just want it to be more than a field goal.
You got your
What?
wish. I think it's 4.5.
Yep.
that's the first one I seen. But
Yeah. So the zone. So does that mean that they probably won't be chasing after Pavia? They're going to be just watching his receivers and him.
Yeah. I mean, if Pavia is rolling out, they'll flow with him in their zone coverage scheme.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning
Okay.
Pavia may have to throw across his body across the field, which is always a no-no.
Yeah.
So when you have the reason why very few quarterbacks can run against Iowa is because they're in zone. Remember, the only thing the Oregon's quarterback did was that damn zone read,
Mhm.
right? He had one play against Iowa where they did, for whatever reason, the defensive end had a brain fart. If Iowa's defensive ends have brain farts and they don't just go after the quarterback on that, then yeah, Pavia is going to have a hell of a day. But notice we only seen it that one time against Oregon. It just happened to be the final drive. It's just a great matchup for Iowa. Iowa's O-line is going to show Vanderbilt's defensive line what's what. I can't wait.
All right. How about you, Calvin? You want to say your first initial thoughts on the game?
I just think I think Vanderbilt deserved to go to the playoffs myself instead of Alabama, but uh,
All they had to
I
do
just
was
think
beat Texas.
I can't predict the game, but I just think it'll be a really good game.
Not asking you to predict it.
I want to wait. I don't know all this stuff, so I want to see the ANF podcast, what they say about Vanderbilt, and I want to see all the PFF scores. I don't know. I think I know one guy on their defense, So it's like, what do I know about Vanderbilt except their tight end and quarterback?
Yeah.
It's like
And I will tell you right now,
those are the best two players on the team.
I am not excited about this matchup
You
because
never are. No,
I know,
you never
but this
are.
is it's the quarterback. It's the quarterback. I wanted to play
best
Texas.
in the country.
I wanted to play Texas. If they could have just beaten Texas, we'd be playing Texas.
Well, I mean, if they could have beat Alabama, the reason why Alabama probably got in over Vandy is they beat Vandy too. Vandy's only losses are to Texas and Alabama.
To get into the playoffs, what Vandy had to do was to be embarrassed by Florida State, like Alabama was, I guess.
Well,
that's the only way. I support, our friend on the Villa Network, Vandy, in this case. I said over a week ago, I think it was, we were talking about, I think I said, whoever wins the Nebraska-Iowa game is going to go to the ReliaQuest Bowl. And I said, I think we're going to play Vandy. And then he came in, oh, Vandy, they're going to go to the Citrus Bowl or something. And I go, well, Vandy ought to go to the playoffs, Yeah. But that's my view. It's going to be a real good game, and I don't know who's going to win, Dean, but I'm going to root for Iowa. How's that?
Yeah, that's true. So. Well, Vandy also, I don't know if he's watching or listening right now. He's probably not, or he would have chimed in by now. But Vandy also insisted that the Pac-12 teams in the Big Ten could go and play in the bowl games. I would think that if they had a shot at the ReliaQuest Bowl to get USC in there against Vanderbilt, I'm sure if that wasn't part of the deal, they could have gotten in. So that's why I think Vandy's notes were wrong.
USC and Washington went to lower bowls because of Pac-12 agreements.
Yeah.
They're having trouble finding 5 and 7 teams. They offered Rutgers a chance to go to a bowl at 5 and 7, and Rutgers turned them down today. So they're kind of so it's pretty much, USC and Washington deserve to go to better bowls than where they're going.
Who else in the Big Ten is 5 and 7? Because I don't know where Minnesota ended up, or
Minnesota's going to bowl game and play a crappy team again. I can't remember who it was, but that's why PJ Fleck has won like 9 out of 10 bowl games, because he never goes to a real good bowl game.
Yeah, and Northwestern, I know they're going to a bowl game somewhere.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's for another show.
But you think we might be in for a whooping, huh, Dean?
I didn't say we were in for a whooping. I'm not excited about playing this quarterback. So we will. This is why we need time to do a deep dive, so we can take my initial reaction that I've been yelling and screaming about in our chat group all week, that I did not want this game. Refused to watch the game, but we'll see how it goes. We got 2 weeks, so we'll see how it goes.
This quarterback, should win the Heisman. So, when you keep bringing up the quarterback, you're right. But there's more to a game than just the quarterback.
Yeah.
So that's why,
it's the problem. It's his 800 yards rushing and his 3,000 yards passing and his 27 touchdown passes that bother me.
Yeah, anybody, whenever you play a really good quarterback, you're right, Dean, it's harder to win the game. So, it ain't like we're playing baby Mahomes. So,
yeah. Hey, guys, anybody out there still listening, if you could tell me where Northwestern and Minnesota ended up in bowl games.
You had to go there, huh?
One of them's guaranteed rate bowl.
I seen it, but I don't remember where they're going.
Okay, that's fine. I didn't look for their bowl games because I wasn't intending to get that far into the show tonight to talk about it. And I know that every other podcast this week is going to talk bowl playoffs. Vanderbilt and Iowa. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Guys, let's go to your favorite game. Okay. I came up with 3, and here's why. I took Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Nebraska because we whooped their butts in all 3 of those games. It wasn't even close. It was over before it started. And I just, it was one of those games where you could just sit back and enjoy the game without having to worry about a stupid play call or a dumb penalty call, which, Iowa had several dumb penalty calls in some of their losses this year.
Do you want to know where they went for a bowl game real quick?
Yeah,
Northwestern is at the game above Sports Bowl, whatever that is, against Central Michigan.
Okay.
And then Minnesota is in the Rate Bowl against New Mexico.
Oh, they both should win their games, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
I wonder if that one Northwestern's going is the old Motor City Bowl in Detroit or something.
Oh, let me look where it's at.
Because they took Central Michigan, they can sell some tickets with Northwestern and Central Michigan there. But
yeah.
So you picked them 3 games.
Oh, you're right. It's in Ford Field. Good call. Yeah. It's in Ford Field in Detroit.
They keep renaming the bowls for sponsorship. But you picked them 3 games, Dean?
Yeah.
Are you going to say anything else about them, or just that they were good butt whippings?
Just because of the butt whipping. That's all I got to say about them.
Yeah.
Because, you know what? Those games have traditionally been close when we played those 3 teams. And with Wisconsin, we've lost more to them over the years than we won. I believe this is our 4th year in a row. We've won them 4 in a row and 5 out of 6. Am I correct?
Maybe.
Probably. You might be.
I think starting in the 2020 season, I think we took control of this series.
Well, and then when they fired their best coach. I mean,
I don't remember what year that was.
This is what's going to happen to Iowa when Kirk leaves. So, I mean.
I don't know. Talk about it didn't happen in Indiana. They already were down in the dumps.
How many times are we going to go there, though? Do we have 25 million? Dean,
no,
we
don't.
25? I mean,
25 million is just scratching the surface.
When you can pay for your team, why do we keep bringing up Indiana like he didn't pay for his team? It's so. I mean, Mendez alone got $3 million, and then he got the best receiver. I mean, come on.
But if I had to pick my favorite game, of course, you know me, it'd be all of them. I just love watching my Hawks play, and we showed up every game. But if I had to pick one favorite, it'd be the last one, because everybody thought Nebraska's going to win. Nebraska's going to win, and Matt Rule. I'm getting so I hate that guy. So I'll take that. I'll take that Cornhusker win, because that was unexpected. That was unexpected to win like that, I think. So.
And just remember what Kirk said. Iowa corn, there's no debate about it, is better. Not even an issue, not even a question, I guess, I think.
True story. True story.
Jason, pick your favorite game of the year. Well,
mine's Oregon. My favorite game's Oregon. Obviously, I love the blowouts, but after a while, you just have fun watching them. But watching Iowa take the lead with a minute and a half to go, or whatever it was, the minute 50, to go in the game, they drove 90, how many yards? 92 yards or something to get the game-winning touchdown that Iowa's defense held up. That would have been the game-winning touchdown. Iowa hasn't had a quarterback lead them down there in the 4th quarter in so long that right there sealed the deal for me. I was like, wow, good job, Gronk. It's like all of a sudden in the 4th quarter, that dude is just pinpoint accurate. It's just the strangest thing. But there are other players just like him, Tebow for one, who couldn't throw a ball until the 4th quarter. But no, Oregon's my favorite. If you take out that damn center snap exchange, they go into overtime. And who knows what, would happen in overtime. So
yeah.
Yeah,
True.
I just that 92 I still watch that drive. I absolutely love that drive. That 92-yard drive against Oregon with 5 minutes to go in the game. Amazing.
All right, guys, go take a pee break. I'm going to do a commercial. We are part of the Villains Network. That was a quick synopsis of all the shows on this network, but I do got to get them to redo that because we have a set date on Sunday nights. So it does bother me that it says no set date. So we are available here every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. I mean, every Sunday night at 7 p.m., guys. All righty. Moving on to our next.
Can I say something real quick?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Before we get going, this is about the bowl games.
Okay.
Washington is playing in a bowl game against Boise State. I mean, they have
a week from yesterday.
Yeah, they have a real. Washington has a real opponent. USC is playing in the Alamo Bowl
against Arizona, I think, right, or Arizona State.
TCU. So USC is playing a real opponent too. TCU is pretty good. So yeah, I just want to throw that in there. They do have good, formidable opponents, both of them.
Yeah, and Nebraska's playing the Vegas Bowl against.
They're playing the Vegas Bowl against Utah.
Yeah, they got a real opponent too.
Yeah, but that's not going to be a good one. I think Utah is going to run for 400 yards against Nebraska. That's just not going to be a good game. I can't believe they got Utah.
Nebraska got their new defensive coordinator today.
Who is it?
The guy that runs such a good defense at San Diego State.
Oh, that is a good defense.
They do have a good defense? Okay.
Yeah, they do have a good defense.
And then Fitzgerald hired that Rossi guy that was already the defensive coordinator at Michigan State.
Yep, I saw that.
I thought he did a pretty good job against Iowa. So.
Ooh, the line for Iowa game is only 4. So I better get in before everybody piles up.
So does that mean
wasn't Rossi the guy that put 2 guys on Wetchin every play?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, okay. Now, the question that I got interrupted. If the line goes from 4.5 to 4, does that mean the betting line's on Iowa or Nebraska? Okay. I was going to say Nebraska.
The more money gets poured on Iowa, the closer it's going to get to even.
Okay.
Because the more money they pour on Vandy means the spread would get bigger and bigger. So Vandy would have to score more and win by more.
When I seen 4.5, I thought closer to the game time it'd be 5.5.
It's going the opposite direction right now.
So I figured the money people down around Vanderbilt's got a lot of very, very professional graduates. It's a very great academic school, business school, doctors, all this stuff. And I figured the money come more from Vanderbilt people.
And it still might, but right now the money's pouring in on Iowa. So, I mean, I want to get in before it gets any lower than that.
Okay. All right. You both gave your favorite games, right? You guys gave your favorite games.
We did.
All right. The next thing on there is the players of the season for you guys.
Yeah, it's so hard.
You mean an MVP, or are you talking about players for each, like, offense, defense? What do you want?
You will name whatever you want to name. If you want to name one of each, or just I have a couple of players. I actually got.
I'll pick about 45.
I have 6. I have 6.
I got 45.
I'm gonna break it down.
I'll go with the 2 deep. No, I won't. I think Gronk was our most valuable player. Him and Lutmer, but Lutmer not so much at the beginning of the season. He was just getting his ears wet. You know, Lutmer was not a great player last year. You know, but he was playing sparingly last year. But if I had to pick one, it'd be Gronk. Gronk kept us in more games. Like Jason said, he's a winner. Just put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. He's a winner. He's the first winner we've had since Big Nate at quarterback. But I got my offensive MVP would be Gronk. I just love how I just go back to I wish we knew what he could have been like if he knew the whole offense, if he wasn't hurt, because he did his thing. My defensive MVP would be X. I understand the Lutmer, but it'd be X. This was his best year. I think we had him playing out of position before, because when he went to this position, boy, he absolutely played like an animal. He loves it, and I'm pretty sure the coaches probably see it as well. He was an animal this year. And then obviously teams, there's only one MVP on special teams, other than the blocking. But Wetjen doesn't fall down. He's got the best balance I think I've ever seen.
Hey, you know what, you know what, Jason? You know what Gronk would say to us right now? He'd say, "What about my big beef eaters up in front of me?"
Wow. But I'm talking.
Yeah.
I will take care of those beef eaters because on offense, I chose the O-line, the entire front O-line.
It just struck me when we were both talking about Gronk, and then I thought, oh my God, what about our award-winning offensive line? So.
Yeah, no, I did choose them, but I also, guys, I
don't say that, Kelvin.
What?
Boy, did I hear it today from Vandy. Vanderbilt has the best offensive line, not Iowa.
Yeah.
Well,
so
they're
not award-winning yet. They're not
Vandy
award-winning.
likes a good debate, so
I'm very lucky. I'm very choosy about who I hear from. So.
All right. Okay, here we go again. All righty. I got my O-line for offense. All right. I also took DJ Vanami because of how much he came on and improved at the end of the season.
And
he
if you
came
go
up
back,
with some great catches and touchdowns this year.
And if you go back to our preseason show, I told you that was going to happen, and Kelvin got on me about it. I told you the moment DJ hit the field, and Kelvin's like, he's not even going to play. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, he probably wouldn't have if it
channel.
not been for a string of getting hurt.
It's on this channel. The moment they see him on the field, because I was hearing about it in the spring.
Well, let me tell you about something. I brought up Vanami before the ANF guys ever heard about him. So,
but I'm just saying. Well, I
brought him up over a year ago. I just didn't. It's like Gronk said. We knew he was third and fourth string. Gronk just said, we didn't expect him to play this much this year, but he got to, so.
Well, the moment he hit the field, he became
Are you guys excited about our tight end positions for next year? Vanami comes back. A string is coming back for another season. What's his first name? I can't think of, but Meyer, the freshman, will probably get some time. Are you excited just thinking about that? That got me fired up. Like, we're going back to tight end U next year.
Well, I feel like we haven't really left. I feel like last year we left it because Lester really didn't use the tight ends, even though we had a stud at tight end, right? I think Lester was just finding his way, and the quarterback had to figure out what the hell they were doing on offense as well last year. And Gronk just figured it out more and more as the season went. So I think that's why we use the tight end so much this year. I think it only went away for 1 year in last year because they just didn't use the tight end, right? Remember how everybody was complaining they just didn't throw to the tight ends? But they did.
Okay,
but I think they were evolving.
Speaking of our stud last year, did he ever stick with an NFL team this year?
He's on the practice squad at Houston. He's still having problems with his ankle.
Is he?
That he broke 2 years ago. It swells up when he's on it a lot, and that's why he wasn't drafted. If he was drafted at all, I think he was drafted in the 7th round, maybe. But that's them whole NFL. They do they do these X-rays and everything, and that's Lachey would have been probably a 2nd or 3rd round draft pick if he would never got hurt. And that's same way with Ostrenga. We don't know if he'll come back good or not.
Right. Yeah, we don't. You're right. You're right. Okay. All righty. And I didn't put my I'm sorry. My defensive player of the year. Totally. I also picked the X-Man, Wampa, because honestly, he had his best season. He may have cemented himself as a draft pick.
He did
this year. And so I'm just glad that he finally lived up to his potential because we've been waiting for 4 years for him to do that. And so we saw what he can do. And I guess, you know, and
Well, you can
my
blame
understanding
Schulte
is
for that.
Wapa's the one that has to be switched to regular free safety because the other position he wasn't getting as much what do you call it? Much
You can
production
just
out of it.
well, you can blame Schulte for that.
He was, and Nwampa was playing. Nwampa was playing so bad last year that they benched him. You
Yeah,
know?
because that he was playing out of position. He wants to be
Yeah,
up by the line of scrimmage.
it was his third freaking year at the position. He had to know how to play it.
No, he
He
didn't.
had to cover.
It's not in his body.
He had to cover his half of the field or his 1/4 of the field. That's the two
It's
things that
oh my
safeties have
God.
to do. There ain't
Yes,
no
but
oh my
that's
God
not
about
in
it.
his DNA. Did you see where he
Mhm.
was at this year? He was near the line
No,
of scrimmage. He was nailing people at the line of scrimmage. That's his position.
he still had to. He still had to cover the deep
That's
people.
not in his DNA. His DNA is to hit. He's a
Mhm.
Schulte. He's a better version of Schulte. He probably should have been playing ahead of Schulte, other than Schulte had the green dot, I think. Schulte knew everything.
I'll send notes to Phil for you.
You do that. You let him know.
By the way,
Get Exon.
I think the two best defensive backs we had this year were Hall and Lutmer in every game. If he went in every game, but of course Hall missed the last game. But I was very proud of Hall. You know, because I thought he was crappy for
Yep.
4 years.
All you guys did.
And
I told you what was going to happen.
because he was.
Yeah, he was crappy.
Was
This
it?
year the
was
light
crappy.
bulb went on. This year the
Yeah.
light bulb went on. You know?
I'm the same way. I feel the same way.
Yep, I remember the argument.
This year he showed what he is a senior and what he can do, and
It's just so funny.
The tape,
here's the guy. Here's the guy who never.
He couldn't cover nobody last year. You know?
Here's the
He
guy
actually
who
could.
What do you guys think about Deshaun Lee? Did you think he got better this year or stayed about the same?
Well, hell yeah.
Well, he's better than he was last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was still good, but they weren't bad last year. The whole team had bad attitude last year. Had nothing to do with the play on the field. The whole team just had bad attitude. That's why I said before the season started we were going to have a top defense. Everybody laughed at me. Everybody was whining about the corners when the linebackers was the weak spot. The linebackers did still scare me a little bit throughout this year, but the DBs were there all year.
Oh,
Just
God, you guys are going to hate me later.
What?
I mean, that's fine.
Yeah. No, when we get to grading the positions later. All righty, guys, I want you to come away with something positive, or if you got more than one thing positive that you took away from this season.
Oh, God. I mean, the show could go on all night if we list all the positives and all the negatives.
I just want you to come up with one good one. One good one.
One good one. Okay.
One good one.
The defense, the offensive line was great, you know, the whole year. But, you know, the defense as a group, cajoled as a group, they were better than their parts. And that was a great thing. Great kudos to Phil and Seth, you know. So that'd be my positive, the defense.
All righty.
You know? Didn't have a superstar on the defense, maybe Lutmer, but nobody else, you know. But we didn't have anybody above honorable mention. Anybody above honorable mention on defense except Graves and Lutmer.
I'm going with the defense too. I mean, it was the best defense we had in a long time since probably 2021. I would say this defense was exactly what. The only thing that surprised me is we didn't utilize our blitzing and speed early in the year, which I feel like we would have got more sacks like against Iowa State had we done that. But the moment we start doing what I was told we were going to do all year before the season started on the pregame show, when I told you guys we have speed, we're going to blitz, it didn't start until Indiana for the most part. When Rutgers. It was when Rutgers torched us.
Yeah.
Rutgers torched us, and Phil said, well, here we go. And he starts sending everybody. And they did it against Indiana. I mean,
okay, so
defense was just on fire this year. I think didn't they finish top 10?
Number 8.
Okay, yeah,
Number
thank
8
you, Kelvin.
overall. But
I mean,
they finished
the
high.
we had
A lot higher.
the year we had Deacon Hill 2 years ago, we were number 2 in the country.
Yeah.
The only defense that just edged us out by a little bit was, I think it was Michigan that year. Did they win the national championship that year?
Yeah, they
or
did.
they lost the championship. One of the two. Yeah.
One of those years. I think it was the Deacon Hill year they won it. Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Did you have your best positive, Dean? Or?
I did. I just I took away from this season that Barnett can do with the O-line that that I personally didn't think he could do. So it's a positive in my mind that Barnett came through with the O-line. But next year is going to be different when he loses just about every starter anyway on the O-line. I think he's got some backups coming back that played a lot, but I can't. But we'll see.
Isn't Trevor Locke's coming back? He starts.
We got Lauk and Pieper. Pieper's going to play center though next year. But
Yeah,
was
Cade's
Pieper a starter? I
back.
thought he was a backup.
He was a starting right guard.
Yeah, Pieper was an all Big Ten player. You know, Lauk was our highest graded player, but you know they made the seniors first team. You know.
Well, anyway. Besides
Leighton Jones will plug in next year. We'll be fine next year.
Yeah.
So.
After getting on Barnett being an O-line coach, you know, he did show his colors. He showed that he could coach these guys. He improved these guys, and you know, and we had our own little beefy line going today. So that's the positive I took away because I was so negative on them before. So. You know, except for that one game this year where one of our guys, who was it? Was it Dunker that became an ineligible receiver downfield when he took his guy all the way downfield?
You just won't forget that play. I mean, it was an RPO. That happens when the quarterback doesn't throw it on time. That happens on RPOs. You won't let that play go.
Everybody ought to knew last year when we had a Joe Award semifinalist line last year, and I can't remember who the hell last year was saying our pass pro wasn't good last year. Well, you know, they just don't watch football. You know.
By the way, when did they announce that Joe Moore Award? I said
in like a week. They had after the Heisman Trophy went probably next weekend or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll have an ESPN award show or something.
All right. Okay. I'm just going to skip over the negatives because I don't want to deal on the negatives. We're going to just deal on the positives.
Yeah, it's already been an hour.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to grade each position. You guys are going to grade the position and then the coordinator. Okay. Since I already said I like what the O-line did this year, I gave the O-line an A and the coach of the O-line, Barnett, an A. Tight end fullbacks go together. I gave them each an A. I thought they, for us being down and hurt, I thought our tight ends made it a real name for themselves this year. And so I give the coach an A, and I can't remember who's coaching them. It's
Hodge.
Yeah, Hodge. Okay. QB, I gave, you guys aren't going to like this. I gave B, and I gave Lester a B for being because he is the quarterback coach. Because although even though Gronk showed us at times what he could do and why we got him, I thought there were other times where he just didn't perform like we needed him to. Like in the 4 losses, if he had had a complete game, all 4 quarters, instead of just waiting till the 4th quarter. The USC game, he had a complete game the first half, but not the second half. And so if he could have just played a complete game, I would have given him an A. So I gave him a B because he did come through and set us up to be game winners in all 4 of those losses. But unfortunately, we scored too quick and left too much time for those teams to score the game winners. But so B. Running backs. I got C. I graded the running backs a C and the coach a C. He's a new running backs coach this year. I just didn't see out of the running backs what I'd hoped I would see this year. And we never got a big play out of any of our running backs. They were just consistently consistent. Should I just say that? I really had hoped, and I wonder how much losing our running back coach to was it the Jets or the Giants?
Giants.
The Giants hurt us in the running back game. Okay. Wide receiver, the same thing. C. I thought we were just average, and our wide receivers were average. Although Vander Zee came on after he started playing, he came on at the end of the game. But the fact remains is we didn't throw him the ball enough. He needed more targets when he did come back, and so for that, the wide receiver coach gets a C too. So I would actually give everybody but the running back coach and the wide receiver coach on the offensive line a raise. The other two, because they were average, got another year to prove themselves. D-line, I went A's all across the board. Linebackers, I just did a C for each the coach, whoever's coaching the linebackers. I can't remember who. Okay. And the linebackers themselves a C because honestly, because we've had such outstanding linebacker play for several years, the linebackers this year just didn't measure up to the linebackers we've had in the past. Okay. My thing. And then defensive backs, they get Bs. Yeah, that would include your safeties, your cornerbacks, and everything. They get Bs because, again, even though they finished 8th overall, I just felt like they just didn't measure up to what I expected, and let's face it, they're not as good as they have been in the past. We've gotten spoiled. So these grades are because we've gotten spoiled with some great DBs in the past, some great linebackers in the past, and we got spoiled. But anyway, that's mine. You guys can feel free to grade yours how you choose.
I'll go real quick on the offense.
Okay.
I'll just say I give every position group on the offense except the offensive line a C+. And I'll give the offensive line an A+. Obviously, when you have 3 first team All Big Ten players, and then the 2 highest grade ones, they don't make first team. That was stupid. Just because they're young, they didn't put them on. It's like they're going to win the Joe Moore Award. It's a done deal. And the 2 coaches of the offensive line are Barnett and Ferentz. They both get A+. And then on defense, I'd give the defensive line like a C+. The linebackers a C+. And I give the defensive backs turned out to be our strongest group, I think. I'd give them a B. But the defense as a whole, I'd give an A-. Like I said before, I think the parts of the defense, I don't see superstars on the defense like we used to have. There's no Cooper DeJean, there's no frickin' Van Ness or some defensive lineman that's going to be a star in the NFL. There's no Jack Campbell, but Phil and Seth as the coordinators of the defense, they get an A because that defense played as a group exactly the way you'd want to. As far as Lester as an offensive coordinator, I think, he's under a microscope for another year. I hope he finally gets a quarterback he can work with for more than 1 year. I'd give him a C+, and I thought LeVar had his worst year as a special teams coordinator. We only had 1 game where we didn't have glaring mistakes on the special teams, which was very un-LeVar-like. I think it's because of they cut the roster down from 130 to 105. I'm pretty sure of that.
Could be.
That would be my grading.
I don't feel so bad now because you were shaking your head the whole time, and Your grades weren't that off,
Jason,
that different
Jason
from
was the
mine.
one. Jason was the one over here reacting. I just sat here like,
Jason, go
whatever.
ahead. You get your turn now.
I mean, I honestly, other than defense, I'm with Kelvin across the board. I think
Okay.
every position coach on offense would get a C, C plus, other than the offensive line. I feel like the offensive line would get an A. Lester, I'd give a B, only because, or even a B minus, because he just had games. The Iowa State game made 0 sense. What he did in the second half against USC made 0 sense. He went right back to the Iowa State game plan. It was so weird. When you have every one of your receivers running within 5-10 yards of the line of scrimmage, none of that makes sense. Especially if you want to open up the running game. Hell, just throw it down the field. But anyway, so I'd probably give him a B. But the running backs coach, I can't really blame him because the reason we didn't have those big runs, if you've noticed, the offensive line opened up those same holes. But if it was KJ, he explodes and takes it to the house. Moulton, none of our running backs have that. Maybe the youngster does, but he's so little, you never know. Little Wadley. But the running, but Moulton, how many times did Moulton just get tapped on the heel on his way through where he would have been gone had he not got, if he just had that one extra step, that one boost that KJ had, he would have had some long runs. So you can't really blame that on the RB coach because they still did their thing. They just, the players themselves did not have that extra energy. Defense,
Another thing about the running backs, Jason, was none of them could stay healthy for more than 3 games in a row. And then you had to put another one in and another one in. I don't think Dahl was healthy the whole season, Go ahead.
No, you're 100% right there. Like Moulton, had he played the whole season, he would have had 1,000 yards. I mean, he averaged 5 yards a carry. So he just didn't have that extra boost. On special teams, I mean, if it wasn't for Wetjen, it would have been May. Just I would probably give a C, C minus even. If it wasn't for Wetjen brings it up because of the punt returns and kick returns. But God, Stevens, good. And the bad snaps. I mean, there was just a lot, like Kelvin already said. If you take Wetjen away from the special teams, I think they probably have 2 more losses, and the special teams looks even worse, right? When you see that punt return and kickoff return, everybody sees the special teams and is like, yeah. But if it wasn't for those, special teams would have been bad.
Well,
defense. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
I was just going to say defensive line, I'd give a B plus. DBs, I'd give an A. We had these DBs were amazing, especially when we played man-to-man. Their man-to-man defense was on point this year, and we blitzed. Like, to me, the DBs were the best. The defensive line was really good. It was only the Oregon game where they looked really bad, but that's because of what we did. It was obvious coach just didn't want them to score. But, I mean, they were rushing 5 against 6 and 7 blockers. Like, it didn't even – our defensive scheme didn't make sense to stop the run, which is why Oregon did what they did. But they still only scored 18 points, right? They still needed a last-second field goal. With all that, they still needed that last-second field goal just to get to 18. I don't know if there's a team in the country that held Oregon under 20 all year but Iowa. I don't know if there's a team in the country other than Ohio State now that held Indiana to 20 points other than Iowa. I think Ohio State did, if I remember right, in the Big Ten championship. I don't know how many Indiana scored. But
hey, Jason, it was pretty cool today. Dan Lanning and Signetti both in the CFP interviews. Both of them picked out Iowa and said how tough it was to play Iowa this year.
Well, Signetti, after they beat Oregon, said that he felt Iowa was the best defense that they'll see all year. Now, I think it turned out Ohio State was probably better than Iowa, but that's what he said. After they beat Oregon, he was still talking about Iowa. Like Iowa, that Iowa game put a dent in him.
I just wanted to say both of them were talking yet about Iowa today. You know,
That's pretty amazing. But like I said, I don't think a defense held Oregon under 20, and other than Iowa, and I don't know how many Indiana scored against Ohio State, but Iowa held Indiana to 20. The only team in the country, unless Ohio State did the same thing. So yeah, I mean, the coordinators get an A+ on defense. I give A's to the DBs, D line, linebackers. I give a C to. They just were not. Shar had his moments where he read the play perfectly, would cut through the blocking and get to the ball carrier. But other than that, boy, I don't know. The linebackers were not that great. There you go. There's my take.
Yeah. Indiana scored 13
against Ohio State.
Yeah.
Okay.
13 to 10.
13 to 10.
In Iowa, with the minute, what was it? A minute and a half to go against Indiana. That was 13 to 13.
Yeah.
Before the big play. So
yeah, they got that. They got away with that.
I said yesterday. I did yesterday in the last night in the messenger to Dean's group that watching that Big Ten championship game last night was like watching Iowa against Michigan State in the Big Ten championship. You know, a few years ago.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Didn't Iowa throw a pick 6 against Indiana?
I don't remember.
The very first play of the game wasn't that a pick
it wasn't
6?
It wasn't a pick 6, and they threw a touchdown pass after the pick 6, after the interception, like a 13-yard touchdown pass.
So I was gonna say we set them up in great field position.
Yeah, we spotted them 7 basically.
Yeah.
From the
offense. Let's take that 7 away. We might have scored 7 on our first drive instead of a pick. We win. We won.
Yeah, the other day, the Big Ten Network had that game on. I rewatched the whole thing the other day. The first pass of Gronowski, it got tipped, and then they picked it off.
That's right.
You know, it's funny how you don't remember stuff. And then you go back and you go, oh, that pass was tipped.
Yeah.
So,
guys, I have other stuff on my list, but I think it's getting long. I don't know if you guys want to continue on. We can. Or if you would rather just close it down and do this other stuff another time.
Well, if you plan on doing a show number 2, then we can close her down. I mean, if you plan
That's what I was thinking, because then we can focus on our portal needs. We can rate the recruits. I gave you time to look at some of the recruits we got coming in, and then we can pick our playoff bracket. We can wait on that one. We don't have to do that today. And then we can talk about some other stuff going on, like some of the other bowl games that the Big Ten's involved with.
Yeah.
You know.
And so, let's do that. Let's shut her down and go for another.
The more times I appear, the more money I get. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't tell him that you're getting an appearance fee, because he doesn't know that.
Big money, I tell you.
Big money.
Big money.
There you go. Gosh darn it! No wonder I'm paying too much for.
Jason, it pays for the air I breathe.
There you go.
All right.
Somebody with your special lungs needs that special air.
My lungs are special.
All righty. If you guys made it this far, thank you for watching, and we do appreciate you watching this far. Please hit the sub button, hit the like button, leave a comment or two, and by means share it out to everybody you can think of that you think would be interested in watching this show. And we hope to see you again Tuesday night. We're going Tuesday night, guys.
Subscribe and hit the like button. Go Hawks.
There you go. And contribute to the swarm, because we do need some swarm money, because we got people coming up that we're going to go shopping for in the portal, and we're going to need some extra money to wheel them in. All right,
get
guys.
That Indiana money going.
There we go. Indiana, here we come.